back after a disappointing finish to last week?
I don't know. I guess we'll see where we end up. Yeah, it was a decent lap, and not quite exactly what I was looking for, but obviously be a good starting spot. So that's important here.
Have you gone back and watched the last restart from last week's race? And if so, has your opinion changed, or is it the same?
About what?
About the restart and whether Denny jumped it.
My opinion's the same.
So what do you do? Do you feel like you know what the rule is, or
No.
do you know?
I don't think anyone does at this point.
So
We did.
So how do you approach it going forward?
I guess if you try to jump, don't be surprised if they penalize you. I don't know. I don't really understand. It's a black and white rule. You go in, you get to the box and you go. I don't really understand what all the questions are about. You go before it, you should get penalized.
So in other sports, sometimes referees, they say swallow the whistle and allow the athletes to determine it themselves. Should there, and there are rules written in that this is what, and sometimes that's let go. Is there ever a time where it's okay to swallow the whistle in this sport to let the athletes, let you guys decide it, or was that too egregious?
I don't really think it's a good comparison. I mean,
Okay.
I think it's clear as day. It's not a question. You go before the line, it's a penalty. There's ways you can't, there's no data in a football player to know, some things are questionable. There's ball and strike calls, but that case is not. It's a black and white. It's a you can or you can't call. So I don't really understand what the debate is all about.
So you bitter still over last week, or are you over it?
No, it's water under the bridge. I mean, it's a race. It's over. I was frustrated. It's aggravating to, lead an entire race, dominate a race, and then have it, go away that way, because, I think that's like the 5th or 6th time it's happened at Richmond. So, you just get aggravated, and it all piles on in a short amount of time, in just 10 or 15 minutes. And, I clearly lost my cool and did some things I'm probably not proud of, but, you move on, you go to next week, and you hope you can, come out on top and do a better job.
Any conversations with NASCAR about how they reached their just a non-decision, if you will?
No, I mean, I don't really, I've seen what was said, I read what they said, and I heard what Elton Sawyer said, that, if it happened with 50 to go or 100 to go or 300 to go, they may have called it, so it's clear as mud.
So does there need to be, like, some people say put timing lines there so you know where somebody...
Timing lines?
Yeah, put a timing line
there.
there.
Lines. There's lines. The restart box has a line in the front.
No, but like a timing line that gives them like immediate, like, okay, we know this guy went 5 miles per hour faster than the pace car speed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, so are we going to, if it's going to be that way, just say green, white, check, you can go whenever you want. And then we'll do what we want to do. And then obviously the leader's going to go wherever he wants. So, yeah, it's hard to follow the rules, and then somebody breaks the rule and doesn't get in trouble for it. It's ridiculous.
Can you explain the Larson aspect to that last lap?
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, he slid up into me, and I mean, barely got me in the side in 1 and 2, and I just, the lid popped off.
Denny said that you two talked. What was said?
Yeah, it's fine. He didn't do anything wrong. Like I said, it all just piled on really quickly, and I lost my cool. It happens.
Is it aggravating the pit crew situation? Those guys used to work with you, and now you have a new group, and just come on the money stop, you get beat. Yeah,
I mean, it hurts. It's frustrating. They're working their guts out, trying to fix it, trying to get better. It's not an overnight process, so unfortunately, it cost us a race last weekend, and hopefully, fingers crossed going forward, we can get past that and do what we need to do. We're going to be in position to win a lot more races, but that's tough when you give them away. They never come back. You never get them back, so it's always frustrating.
You've had such a good start to this season, leading the points at or near the top of every statistical category. Have the wins become so important in this game that if you don't have at least one in the win column, you kind of tend to overlook all the other great things that you've done?
I mean, it's a balance, right? You don't want to win a race and then have a couple bad weeks. You want to balance out that consistency, but you got to add wins in there. So, yeah, I mean, this deal is all about bonus points for the playoffs, and they're critical, you know. So obviously 15 for winning the points is a big deal, but you got to have wins on top of that as well. So hopefully we can, yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like we've had top 3 to 5 cars every single race this year, and we're going to win some races. It's just it's frustrating when you dominate and they get away, but not losing sight of the big picture where we feel really good about our team and where we're at, and you know, we want to keep racking up, you know, top 5s if we can, and some stage wins as well.